They have to collect 10,000 bottles and cans in one day. And that's not even the worst part. I first saw Seinfeld when I was a lot younger, and upon rewatching, I'm looking at some of these money moves, and it just makes me say,
you're not very bright, are you?
In this video, we're going to take a look at everything from Jerry and George's polar opposite investing styles, Elaine always being broke, and Kramer, well, just being Kramer. Giddy up! In one of the first episodes, Jerry does a short stand-up clip about how he doesn't want his money working for him.
I've decided I'll do the work. I'm going to let the money relax.
He says sometimes it gets fired. I remember your money, always showing up late, taking time off.
We had to let him go.
In reality, you need your money working for you. Like, bro, put it into a high-yield savings account. It's quick and easy, and it earns a heck of a lot of interest. A lot better than zero. For real, you need to be investing your money in some mutual funds. Have those investing goals. Get a 401k. Get an IRA. For him to not do anything is... Are you crazy? In the episode titled The Stock Tip, George gets wind of this company, Syndrex. They have a new way of televising opera. There's some clicker or something.
Well, how much are you going to invest?
5,000. 10,000. 5,000.
And he convinces Jerry to invest $2,500 as well. Keep in mind, this is $5,000 in 1990. Do you have any idea how much that would be today? Holy crap, that'd be like $15,000 today. In a single stock? These are regular working dudes. Just regular jabronis like you and me plunking down $15,000 on a whim. Bro, let me tell you, I've tried to invest in single stocks. Take it from me. You're probably going to lose some money. I mean, I made a little bit and then quickly lost it. That style does not work for me.
Bad news, my friend.
I'm a mutual fund guy. Set it and forget it. That's old Andy. That'd be like throwing down 5 figures on some random cryptocurrency, like Haktua coin. Oof, those poor people that lost all that money on Tua coin. Oh my gosh, what were they thinking? Oh. But at least Syndrex was a real company with a real business plan and actual, profits, as opposed to just some made up thing. He tries to invent value out of thin air. Another episode called The Robbery, Jerry's apartment gets broken into, and George, being a realtor, finds Jerry this great apartment. And so they go check it out. It's by the park, you can walk, you can barbecue outside.
I didn't know there was a fireplace.
Look at this. There's a garden.
A garden?
And the rent is unbelievable. Evil. I don't know why I find that funny. When Jerry's about to sign the lease, George is like, well, if you don't want it, I can take it. And so they get into it about oh, if you want it, I don't want it. If you want it, I don't want it.
Well, one of you better damn well take it.
They end up doing this choose thing. I had never heard of the choose thing. Hit me down below if you've ever seen this. Never. I thought they made it up. Apparently it's a thing.
1, 2, 3,
Shoot mine!
1, 2, 3,
Shoot mine!
My thinking is if this apartment is so good, I'm with Elaine. One of you better damn well take it. Me personally, I would be happy that my friend got such a great apartment. I mean, even if I wanted to be oh yeah, it'd be nice if I had it, but my friend has it. That's cool. But flip side, wouldn't it be the most Seinfeld thing if George comes into Jerry's apartment and Jerry trolls George automatically, and George is just this apartment should have been mine. That's the most Seinfeld thing I've ever heard of. So yeah, one of them should have damn well taken that apartment. I tell you what, if it was mine, I'm not tipping the wood guy. I don't care if he does deliver the charcoal. In the episode titled The Bottle Deposit, Newman finds out that you can turn in bottles and cans and get 5 cents back a piece for them.
Well, I'm not paying the 5 cents for that stupid recycling thing.
You don't pay 5 cents, you get 5 cents back.
He also finds out that you can get 10 cents a piece for them in Michigan.
Now, you're not talking that Michigan deposit bottle scam again,
No, I'm off that.
So now he becomes hell-bent on devising a plan in which he can get enough bottles and cans to go up to Michigan and actually make it profitable.
You tried it?
Oh, yeah, every which way. Couldn't crunch the numbers. It drove me crazy.
He ends up finding out that on Mother's Day, the mother of all male days, he can get a free truck, which he then recruits Kramer to go help him collect bottles and then go up to Michigan and turn them in. Seems like a good idea, right? You collect the bottles in New York, you drive up to Michigan, you turn them in, you get more money. What? Like, yeah, of course that'll work. No, not really. Okay, so if you turn in more than like $100 worth of bottles and cans, then like you could be prosecuted for fraud because that's like an insane amount of bottles and cans. We're talking like 1,000. Like, no, but that's totally sus in like everyone's eyes. So money aside, as the episode plays out, Newman says,
And tomorrow, if history is any guide, we'll see some spillover into a 5th truck.
that's how they get the free truck. But he says tomorrow, and then they go on to say, let the collecting begin. They have to collect 10,000 bottles and cans in one day. And that's not even the worst part. If they could collect
At 10 cents a bottle and 10 cents a can, we're pulling in $500 a man.
it works up to 10,000 bottles and cans. Where do you put 10,000 bottles and cans? I bet you I can fill up this whole room, floor to ceiling, with 10,000 bottles and cans. And then you gotta bag them up. They had them bagged up in garbage bags. I bet you I could only fit like 100 bottles and cans in one garbage bag. That leaves 100 bags. Do you know how long it would take to not only bag them up, but put them in a truck? And where are you gonna put all of these bags between when you collect them and when you go get the truck? It just doesn't make sense, man.
And thus, quite lame.
In the episode titled The Apartment, Elaine finds out that there's an apartment right above Jerry that's for rent. And she gets all excited.
And I'll be right upstairs?
Right upstairs.
Right above you?
Right above me.
Why not? Elaine would be right here in the building. They'd be hanging out all the time. Lots of fun, right? Upon pondering this a little more, Jerry gets a little apprehensive about Elaine living right upstairs because of, the pop-in.
She can pop in whenever she wants. Any time of day.
I'm in heaven.
And what happens when Jerry brings a girl over? Is Elaine gonna, hear stuff? Stuff. He's worried about losing his mojo, if you know what I mean. It turns out someone offered the building manager $5,000 for the privilege of moving into this apartment.
Of course she doesn't have $5,000.
So she can't get the apartment?
Can't get it.
So she doesn't move in?
No move.
Everything's hunky-dory, right? Upon hearing this, Elaine is like, ooh, I don't have $5,000. Kramer, in his infinite wisdom, come on, Jerry, you don't have $5,000 you can loan Elaine. Like, ooh, ooh. They do a lot of this face. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, Kramer, being Kramer, wiggles his little feelers in there. Next thing you know, Jerry's loaning Elaine $5,000. When Kramer finds out that Jerry didn't want Elaine to move in there,
Well, then what did you loan her the $5,000 for?
you're like, Andy, what the hell are you talking about? I have loaned money to family and friends. And I gotta tell you, I learned a long time ago, a wise old man told me, Andy, only loan money to family and friends if you're okay with never seeing that money ever again. I'm like, cool. When I was rather young, I had a little bit of money and my grandma needed money. She calls me up. She's like, Andy, do you have $1,000 I can borrow? I'm like, oh, I'm not going to leave my grandma hanging. Yeah, I got $1,000 you can borrow. Sure enough, in a couple of weeks or a month, she paid me back, no problem. But yeah, it's happened other times. And again, no problem. Go in understanding that I may never see this money again. And I gotta be okay with that. If you can't get to that, or if that's not you, it's gonna cause problems.
Money can sometimes come between friends.
Get out of here.
Especially when you see these people spending a little bit of money and you're like, hey, bruh, you owe me some money. I was like, and who wants to actually say that? No, oof, ooh, man. for people that like friends that like regularly see each other and like they're loaning $5,000. And again, the 1990 $5,000. I would be a little apprehensive to even loan it. But of course, you got to think you may not see this money again. Are you okay with that? I got a feeling the Seinfeld gang might have some problems. What else did I miss? Hit me in the comments. Go Crush!